Welcome to another live match with the average angler. Today we're on the £100 cost cutter challenge down at Shiplate on a Thursday open again. So on the Thursdays it's on the main lake. We've drawn ourselves on peg 13. A lot of carp up in the water. So there's a tree here, right on the very end of it. There's two carp just sitting there, and in the middle of the lake, it's absolutely side of the carp. They're all just sitting around, sort of not really doing a lot. So sometimes that's good and you can catch them, sometimes that's really bad and they're just not interested. But reflection of what I've found when I've come to my peg, I've set up a pellet waggler rod here. I've also set up a little bomb rod because if I do feed over this pellet wag later, I might want to drop on the bomb. I've set up two rigs for these and two rigs here for this one and this one, slapping and swinging rigs. And I've got two rigs for down the edge, one for like really shallow there and really shallow under the tree there, and then I've also got one for not quite where those carp are that I was talking about. It's 3 carp there now, but sort of in here, it's about 3 foot and it's nice. Right guys, 7 minutes in and we've hooked something. So put some ground bait, some pellets down into my left hand edge just at the start, because I feel like there might be a chance some fish would come in. I've left them there and I've gone out and I thought, right, I'm going to have a go at slapping. There's lots of fish here, I'm not going to feed them if it's going to slap, but I didn't want to go straight out full length because you know, I know it's like you can spook them away. So I've gone out like 3 sections. I've had this one. I actually had him, he actually swam in under the pole and actually shipped back and just held the pellet like an inch below the surface, and just as he come for it, I just let him have it, and he just looked at himself as a big fish. Seen him. Very big fish. Hopefully we can get him out for you. Be a good start. Haven't seen anybody else have any yet. The fish seem to want it really shallow, so I might try like a wafter. Let's see if I can get a slapper wafter, because maybe that will just sink slower and just stay in that upper water for a few more seconds and just give him a chance, these big fish. That's the beauty now, all those fish that are out there, I'm not spooking them, they're still there. They don't know this is going on, so you know, I can just keep trying to catch the close ones for as long as possible. I'm not an expert at this mugging stuff, and I'm just copying what I've watched other people do. I'm learning. You know, today was a perfect opportunity for me. I feel like last match when I was up here, I should have done this. I wasn't on this lake, but I should have done this anyway. On the West Pool. And so I've told myself off, and I've got to stop shying away from things that I'm not comfortable with and get them done, because it's this time of year now, it's coming, and this sort of fishing, shallow and mugging and pellet waggler, which is all the things I've set up today, they're going to become match winners. And if you're not doing them, this is a big fish, this boy. It's taking all the elastic back that I've stripped. As you can hear, it's slipping through the top kit. Nearly out of elastic now. Wow. But you've seen on this, you might have seen on this channel before, there's some big fish in this main lake. And the water, last time I caught these fish, the water was a lot cooler. So if we start catching them now, they're going to be a lot more powerful. Trying to get some elastic back, so if he goes on a run again, I've got something to give him. Otherwise I've got to start following him out with a pole. I don't like doing that with expensive poles and big fish. So like I say, I caught him on the pellet, but I almost had to hold it in the water. It's like he wanted to have a good look at it, and then he come up from underneath and sucked it. So something like a slower sinking might be order of the day. See what a wafter looks like on this rig in the side in a minute, see how it sinks. Because we're not feeding anything, I don't feel like, oh, I shouldn't put a wafter on because it's not matching the hatch or anything like that. Put some lube on this elastic, it's not been used for a long time and it's definitely a bit rough. It probably needs changing really, but I can't do anything about it. now. I can do something about it, and I should have done something about it. It's my fault, obviously, but it's too late for me to do something about it now. See if we can have him in the net this time. He's a big fish, he's a long fish. Point rushing, you only need 10 of these today and you'll have 120 pound probably. All the time I'm keeping him in the edge here, and the rest of my swim where I'm catching these fish from, he's quiet, and that's what you want. You want them fish to come in and feel safe. Get in there, boyo. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy. You want to Shiplates, big boys. Nicely there on the top bit, I'll tell you how big he is now. He's gone £10. I'm going to give him a bit more than that, but he's gone £10, so. We've got 10. We'll stick with 10. A little bit of slapping out there, and I haven't given up on it, but I look down to me right where I've been chucking in this, I put this bait in at the start, down to my left hand edge, sorry. I'm going to be old, I saw some colour down there, so I thought, let's try and catch me a fish. And sure enough, gone straight down there and had me this little beauty. On a banded 8mm. Going 7. Can't get the head stuck in there. Yes. Didn't want to play ball, did he? There we are, it took a bit of time, like 2 hours in we are nearly. Third fish, so I've not had much success on many of my lines, but I've crept out slowly to 16 metres and then things went right. So I started pinging some bait just past my pole tip, thinking I could put the pellet waggler out there or something later. And then I got my swingy out rig and started swinging him out, and managed to hook this one. Just swung it past the pole and he's had it. 8mm pellet this time. Tried different hook baits. I'll put an 8mm pellet on. I've just gone a bit deep. I feel like perhaps if the fish are following it down, they didn't have enough time. So gone a bit deeper. The wafter idea I had earlier seems to be a no-go. So I had this one, which is nice. Nice fish. I think he's quite as big as the other two we've had, but he's welcome. I had him there, but not quick enough was I. Just one more little strip and we'll get him, I think. Bid for freedom under that bush, but we got him. We turned him again there. Quite a long rig, this swinging out rig. You're swinging it right past the end of your pole, trying to sort of simulate slapping, but right past your pole to where you can't normally reach. Get to the hook. Yes. Stuck to the mouth there. Probably £4 he is. He's gone 6 on the right way, so yeah, £6. I've got a band, I've not got a hair rig on, just got a band hooked. And then just banding it on like that. So there we are, 2 hour update. What we're up to, so we are getting 6 mils, copping 6 mils, which aren't that much bigger than Scratton's 4 mils, in my opinion. We're just pinging an air out there, which doing quite a tight grouping, as you might be able to see on the camera. And I've got a bomb and everything, like I said earlier. And this line down to my left where I caught early on, I'm just throwing 5 or 6, 8 mils in occasionally, making noise. I'm just trying to get some fish to come to that. And then down to the right, same depth, under the tree. Every now and again, I'm not doing it this time because I've not long done it. I'll just get a big pot and just put some 6 mils in there. And I'm quite happy. Just let them fish keep coming in and getting fed. If fish keep coming in and getting fed, I ain't bothered. Feel like they're swimming around shallow today, so fish will just keep coming in and getting fed. And then it's just a case of swinging the rig out past the pole tip, then it plop on the surface. Do it again, so it lands in the same place a few times, a bit like slapping really, but just a bit slower and a bit softer. More realistic, it's actually like an actual pellet falling. But also it's past your pole tip, so you're like fishing where you can't normally fish. And that's the first fish I've had doing it for a while. But I haven't been like exclusively doing this, I've been hard off it. And then I'm just pinging past it. That's for later on, if I wanna. You know, I was just pinging there for the bomb, for the pellet wag. I didn't realise how close it was to a 16 metre line, to be honest. And I've been fishing over to the left from the 16 metres. Just swinging it around over there as well, because there's fish over there. I'm just trying to fool one onto the hook. Maybe where I've been pinging, there are a few fish about, just grabbing bait a bit deeper perhaps. So maybe that's why I had that one, because I was just fishing out a little bit deeper. Maybe it's just coincidence, one fish really isn't a pattern. You start looking for patterns in one fish captures, you're going to be disappointing. That was really bad, I wasn't concentrating there. Weird happened then. I thought it might have been a bite for a second, but I think it was just a line. There's another one. That 8 and a bit deeper has definitely made a difference. Bit of feed. Even though I'm doing dead the opposite of what you're supposed to do and I'm actually feeding past. Seems like I'm just tempting the odd fish. All of a sudden. Let's get him off there before he breaks the pole. This one's gone off on one. So that was lucky, put you on for that. I thought I'd keep the cameras running just in case, and yeah, caught something. Hopefully we've hooked it properly. We're not just laid it over a backfish's back. I don't think we have. Not been doing a lot of that. If I was doing that, I'd expect to catch a lot more if I was foul looking fish. So we'll be really professional now and we'll feed while we're playing. Just got to concentrate. It's gone marginally further than where I have been feeding. That's better. And also I might feed down this edge, save a bit of time. Because this fish is not wanting to come in just yet. So I'm purposefully feeding away from the edge. It's quite nice and flat, that edge. It comes out from those reeds and it's flat. About 4.5 deep. And so I can get closer to the reeds with my upbait. Oops. Then I can with the loose feed, and hopefully that'll give me more bites when I want to fish on it. So, this is a big fish. I felt him shaking his head as soon as I hooked him. I felt the banks. I thought that's a decent fish. Ghosty. I think I've seen him swimming around a couple of times, but obviously got him this time. See, there's big head nods. So you've got a big fish on, nice and ponderous, and just big bump on the rod, bang, bang. You've got a big long fish on then. Don't strip any more because I don't want to lose him. Oh, missed him. I'm going to put my bigger net on today, but my bigger net's not a hair net. I need to get a bigger hair net because if you're using, because I was aware that I might be using air rigs today, and anything that's when you're using air rigs, they can go through the hair rig can go through the mesh on the coarser meshed landing nets and damage the fish or break your air rig, or both. So I thought I'd go for the smaller one. But I knew I was going to have a chance of catching unities today. I should have been a bit more on it really. Should be bringing him. It's a fat ghosty. He still hasn't given up. Tell he was a feisty boy. Until the summer's coming, they've got plenty of energy, these fish. Where's he gone? There he is. Wow, I've never had a fish like this one. Just doesn't want to stop biting. I think now he's beaten. I shouldn't need the discordia because I see it, but I just can't get my fingers on it. just sit still for a minute. 8. So anyway, it's a nice £8. Right, gang, 3-hour update. I had nothing more since the 2 that you saw me have. Slapped and swanging. Swang. Nothing really happened. Switched to the pellet web, went past for 15-20 minutes. No indications. I have put, that bait up there is full. So in 3 hours I've put all that bait in, most of it's gone down that hole. A little bit in the edges. But most of it's gone down that hole out there. So now, we'll have a little refreshment and try and get my brain around what's going on. I'm going to top up with a little sun cream as well. And try and work out what my next move is. Right, hopefully we're working again now, the batteries are playing up on the camera. Yeah, so this line here, I'll put some micros on it and I've just gone over it with a little strung out rig, a couple of maggots on, I've had a couple of little tiny roach on it, which is driving me mad. And then I've just had a nice little £2.5 bream on it, so I thought, well, so we didn't nick any more, these are what we don't want. I've been chucking them back, but now we've got a bream in it, I'll just chuck them in with him, but that's not what we want really. Not what we're looking for. I'll have a little look, and if we don't get any signs, then we'll pellets down to me, right, activated, so it looks like something's gone on there. Get another decent fish off this in a second, we'll top it up again with some more micros. Just be aggressive now, there's no point messing about, we need a good finish. I feel like we're probably not that far away. I think it hasn't fished very well, people have struggled. There's not a lot of fish being caught, so I'm sure there's a few people on 2 or 3 carp markers. We've got 4 carp, I think. I'm sure there's lots of people on 3, 4 carp around the lake. They've just nicked fish like I have, doing stupid things. Not really been able to put a run of anything together. And so what I've done here is it's really shallow at top kitten 1 and then 1.5, it's still shallow, and then it drops away, and it's sort of almost level, then it drops away again. So on the almost level bit, just put some bait in there. It's nice and hard. And I thought, well, I've got a lot of soft hook baits with me, I just feel like I want to put something on like a maggot. Catch whatever we can. The beauty of micros is, you know, they're just old fish. Ooh. That was a liner, I think, from a shallow fish. Yeah, the beauty of the micros is they're just old fish in the swim for a while. Especially skimmers. Skimmers seem to hang around for ages when the micro's been put in the swim. A little roach there, like that one. Signs of a few fish about. Which is nice. And a little roach. Oh, let's put some bait in. And he's not really hooked properly, he's off the bottom. Still nugget. holding it there. That's where the feed's going in. Because I've got a long lash, I can just swing it past, drag it back, and it seems to be about right. See if that makes any difference. Yeah. What we got here, that feels carpy, or tenchy. It's foul up, so it's sucked in the mouth. It was a very delicate bite. Could be a foul locker. It's very hard to know at the moment. He's hooked in the mouth will be very happy that, you know, fish have come in. A bunch of maggots. Got one. Not feeling very hooked in the mouth. And the fish was very near the bottom. Almost, yeah, it wasn't high in the water. It's a small carp. Like that, yeah. Tench, I suppose it could be. Hard for me here, but he's fighting quite hard for a tench. Seems to get his head up, which is bizarre. He's not hooked in the mouth. No, he's not hooked properly, this fish. He's not hooked properly at all. Oh, I can't fucking... Straight down the other line and trashing it. Looks like he's spooked quite a few other fish. Oh, flipping the time. Wasted. Turn the camera off. I don't think I was going to catch anything else. Back out there with the maggot on. What'd this boy out? Nice big conner knocked in the chops. I'll try and get him out. He's got other ideas at the minute. Big wallowy thing he is. Keeps wallowing about. Really want to come back up and say hi. Going down to the left, I think he seems to realise he's ran out of bank. It's a big fish, this is. Give me our make. He doesn't want to play my games today. Here he is. Oh, we got him there then. Thought we had it there then. No. Take your time, boyo. Well done, boyo. fishing all my lines. It's really nice of him. His comments are just so dogged, you never know when they beat. He's pretty much done now, he's just on his final runs. We got it. Shuffle him in to the unit. Big fat lad. Oh, I think the hook's gone through. Oh no, there we are. Just nicked him, beautiful. He's going to be near 10 pounder, he has a 10 pounder. Just switched you off because the 360 camera's out of batteries. Switch from that right hand line down to this left hand line. Straight in and add one. Must be a big fish who's angry. Have to keep the pole tip up to the water when they're not coming back in, and I find that by pulling from a lower angle, just something to get less stressed. Weird fight this is. Big fish, not convinced it's in the mouth just yet. Probably all these fish are going shallow like they are. He's certainly not hooked in the mouth the way he's going. So many big fish shallow, they just get foul hooked. Let's see if we can fall him back in again with underwater. Put in. So it's touching the ground now, that. Yeah, I can feel it, so it's as low as I can go, so I'm not actually pulling him to the surface. An angry boy. Getting head shakes like I would expect. I've said this before and I've ended up landing them hooked in the mouth, and I've said it the other way around where I'm absolutely sure they're hooked in the mouth and they're not. That's just pinned off something. Maybe the line had gone round him. If he hooked in the mouth there, no doubt about that. What an absolute hippo. Hippo, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. That's why we couldn't stop him, because he's an absolute munter. I can get this hook out of him fast and get him in the net.